Hey guys! In this tutorial I will be showing you how I curl my hair using a classic curling iron with a clip or a clamp, however you want to call it. So to start out, you do want to make sure to have completely dried hair, whether it's blow dried or just dried naturally, and you just part it right down the middle in the back. Grabbing very small portions at a time, we're going to begin curling, and if you notice, I don't start from the bottom, I start from the top. So just release the clamp, and after a few seconds you're just going to keep continuing to curl the bottom by releasing it and then letting it go so that it's sections of that lock at a time. So what you're really doing is using the clamp as a way to pinch just different sections of that specific lock of hair at a time, and you are continuously turning the curling iron in the direction that you are going. So that I don't confuse my curled hair with my straight hair, I just toss those curled pieces to the back just so that they're out of the way. A couple things you want to make sure of when you're curling your hair is to always have different locks going different ways. This will help prevent from all of your curled hair gathering into one huge curled piece or two huge curled pieces in the back of your head. So you'll notice this one I'm curling away from my face, outwards, and this next one will be curled towards my face. So I'll curl it inwards. And it really doesn't have to be every other one, as long as you have a good variety in which directions the curls are facing. Start out from the bottom is because if you curl starting from the very tip of your hair back to the top, it will create those extremely tight curls, which gives you that Shirley Temple kind of hairstyle, and that's not the look we're going for. And the reason this is because the tips of your hair curl much faster than the sections of your hair that are closer to your root. Because I have so much hair and because it's so long, I am speeding up the process since we already have the basics of kind of how to wrap that lock of hair around the curling iron and what it is you are doing with the clamp. Once you get to this point where you're left with this section of hair that can be kind of divided into two bigger chunks, you are just going to leave it left aside in the front. So to start on the other side, we're doing the exact same thing. You are dividing your hair into really small portions, and you're curling it around the curling iron, pinching it with that clamp. So how long you hold your hair in that clamp really depends on the type of hair you have. I hold mine for a couple of seconds the most, and I just keep twirling it down. If you have thicker hair, you may have to hold it there longer. But of course that also depends on how big or how small of chunks that you are getting in order to curl. When I have a section like this that's pulled towards from towards the top of my head, I try to start as close to my scalp as I can to be able to get some volume up there. Also, something I have noticed is that my hair closest to my neck, or whatever hair sits right on top of my neck, is always the first to deflate. And this is just because your neck, the heat of your neck just straightens your hair, or turns it back to normal, I should say. And so because of this, you do want to be able to try to hold that hair that gathers around the area longer. You want to try to pinch it longer inside the clamp. Just like the other side, you're going to leave a chunk of hair towards the front of your face that can be divided approximately into two bigger chunks of hair. And we are just going to curl those. And I left those for last because there's a specific way I like to curl them, and it's always away from the face. So you're just dividing that into two, and you kind of want to make it an even distribution. Make sure you're holding your curling iron, that way it'll be able to curl away from your face, and you are going to clamp down a couple inches from your roots and continuously turn the curling iron and releasing and repinching it slowly down that lock of hair. When you're finished, you're just going to toss it in the back with the rest of your hair. This last piece of hair always gets tricky just because I have bangs that have grown out, so it's uneven from the top to the bottom. But either way, you are going to make sure that you have your curling iron angled kind of alongside of your hair, and you're going to flip it back and then just curl it like you did with all the other hairs. And the reason why I angle it is I think it kind of gives it a better natural curl, and it doesn't pencil it up when it shapes my face, and it's just resting alongside of it. So same thing for the other side. You will split it approximately into two evenly distributed sections of hair right there. And you're going to curl both away from the face. So this back section, you're just going to clip it, again angled away from your face, curling it away from your face, and you're just releasing and repinching until you get to the bottom. Last but not least, our last section of hair, you're just going to do the exact same thing that you did with all the rest of them. And you are making sure that you curl this away from your face. I like to keep it pinched for only a couple of seconds at a time, since it's so close to your face. You don't want to over curl these locks of hair. Now would be the time to go back and check if you missed any sections of hair or if they've deflated. But other than that, you're all done. I hope you liked this video. Hopefully it helps you. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching.